And here is the Writer's Almanac for Thursday. It's the 24th of June, 2021. It's the anniversary of the first exhibition of Picasso's work in Paris, 1901. The summer of 1901 also marked the beginning of his blue period, which lasted for 3 years. His painting The Old Guitarist, an example of his work then. It's the birthday of novelist Anita Desai, born in Mussoorie, India, 1937. Her mother was German, her father Bengali. She said, "I'm sure this is what makes my writing, whatever it is. I see India through the eyes of my mother as an outsider, but my feelings are my father's of someone born here." She grew up speaking German at home, Hindi with her friends, learned Bengali from her father, listened to Urdu poetry in the street, but she first learned to read and write in school and in English. She said, "I think it had a tremendous effect that the first thing you saw written and the first thing you ever read was English. It seemed to me the language of books. I just went on writing it because I always wanted to belong to this world of books." And it was on this day in 1947 the first UFO sighting occurred. A pilot, Kenneth Arnold, flying over the Cascade Mountains, saw a series of objects, silvery, shiny, seemed to be shaped like a pie plate, and so they came to be called flying saucers. It's the birthday of the poet John Ciardi, born in Little Italy, Boston's North End, 1916, author of many collections of poetry, and also the textbook How Does a Poem Mean?, still widely used in high schools. And it's the birthday of the poet Stephen Dunn, born Forest Hills, New York, 1939. Published more than 10 books of poetry before his collection Different Hours won the Pulitzer Prize in 2001. His first love was basketball. He was a star on the Hofstra basketball team of 1962. They went 25-1 on the year, played pro basketball for a couple of years after that. He was a brochure writer for Nabisco for 7 years and then quit, moved to Spain with his wife, and started to write poetry. Here's a poem for today by Stephen Dunn, An Evolution of Prayer. As a child, some of his prayers were answered because he prayed out loud for a kite or bike, which his mother would overhear and pass on to her husband, his father, the Lord. Later, he understood that when he prayed, he was mostly talking to himself, albeit a better, more moral part of himself, which accounted for why he heard nothing back from the void. "Lord," he'd begin, because he was afraid to alter the language of prayer, "Lord, deliver me from envy and mean-spiritedness. Allow me to love people as I love animals." Then his father died, and he became the sad lord of himself, praying for pleasures immediate and grantable. "Let me tango the night long with Margot, the receptionist," he'd say to no one. "Let me do unto others." A poem by Stephen Dunn, The Evolution of Prayer, from his collection Whereas, published by W.W. Norton and used by permission here on the Writer's Almanac. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.